Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's all over the news, your apps, and maybe even your car, artificial intelligence, or AI. It's, I know it sounds like sci-fi stuff and you've seen it everywhere, but it's actually super simple when you break it down. And I'm going to explain the basics of AI in plain English for you. So no techie jargon, just the good stuff. My goal is to help you understand what AI is, how it's a part of your life, and why it's worth knowing about. Plus, I'll throw in some questions you can ask yourself or even an AI to dig in deeper. So grab a coffee, let's chat, and by the end, you'll be tossing around terms like LLM like a pro. All right, so let's get into the big picture. AI is just a fancy way of saying computer or program that can do things that usually need human smarts, like learning, solving problems, or making decisions. Think of it like teaching your dog a new trick, except it's a computer, and instead of fetching a ball, it's writing emails or picking the best Netflix show for you. AI isn't just one thing, it's a bunch of tools and tricks that make machines act smarter. Here's a question to think about. What's something in your life that feels like it's thinking for you? Like your phone suggesting the next word when you text, like that's AI at work. Try asking an AI, can you explain how to suggest words when I type? It'll explain a peek under the hood of how an AI actually will work to suggest your texts. I don't know if you guys have seen that trend or not, but basically sometimes you'll type like a beginning sentence like I believe that politics are, and then you would like let your phone, you would just select the next words and you'd let the phone finish for you. And that's a great trend, a kind of like how much of that is you and how much of that is AI, right? And these lines are starting to get blurred because if you just start clicking, or I think volcanoes are, and then you click, 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 and you agree with it, then is that you or was that AI? So moving on. So the term LLM, right? Now you might have heard of the term LLM thrown around. It stands for large language model, and it's a big part of AI today. Imagine an LLM as a super smart librarian who's read every book, article, and tweet that's out there. Well, like almost everything that's out there. It's a program trained on tons of text, and we're talking hundreds of billions, different text, photos, videos, you name it. So like when you chat with something like ChatGPT or Grok, you're talking to an LLM, a large language model. It's like having a conversation with a friend who knows a bit about everything. If you want to dig into this yourself, I would ask something like, um, you know, basically, what would you ask something that you have a know-it-all friend and you would ask them, right? So like something like, what is an LLM and how does it understand me? You'll be amazed at how AI explains itself. And so how does it learn? It's all about learning from examples, right? Kind of like you learn to ride a bike or by practicing. AI gets fed a ton of data like pictures, text, or videos, and it spots patterns. And it helps predict those patterns, but it doesn't always do a perfect job. So, for example, if you show an AI millions of cat photos, it learns what a cat looks like. And that's why your phone can tag cat in your photos. It's not magic, it's just really good at finding patterns in data. So here's a fun question to ask. What's something you learned by practicing over and over? What can AI learn? Um, the big question is, can AI learn it too, right? Can you ask an AI, how do you learn from data and see what it says? It's training wheels, basically. So AI is already all around you, and even if you don't notice it, it's in your Spotify playlist, picking songs you like, your GPS finding the fastest route, or even your email flagging spam. It's not just for tech nerds, it's making your life easier every day. And it's all around you. But here's the thing, it's not perfect. Sometimes AI guesses wrong or gets confused. It hallucinates. If you've heard anything about AI, you know that large language models do this thing called hallucinating, where their data is not factual. Like when it suggests a song you hate, or because it's working off probabilities, not mind reading, right? So try this. What's one app or tool you use that seems to know you too well? Next time you're on it, think about how AI might be behind it, or ask an AI, what everyday tasks do you help with? You might be surprised by the list. So why should you care? Why bother learning about AI? Because it's changing how we work, okay? It's changing how we play, and it's even changing how we think. It can help you start a business, write better emails, or come up with ideas faster. But it also raises questions like, how much should we let AI do for us? Or what happens when it knows too much about you? Knowing the basics helps you stay in control and use AI as a tool, not a boss. Here's a question to chew on. What's one thing you'd love AI to help you with, and one thing you'd rather keep human? You could even ask AI, what are the pros and cons of using AI in my daily life? It'll give you a solid starting point. So if you want to play around with AI yourself, it's easier than you think. You can try free tools like Grok if you have an X, ChatGPT. You just sign in with Microsoft or Google and type a question and see what happens. Start simple. Ask it to write a poem, explain a recipe, or even help with homework. The trick is to ask clear questions like you're talking to a friend. Over time, you'll get the hang of it, and it's honestly kind of fun. Here's a challenge. What's the first question you'd ask an AI to test it out? Try asking something like, can you make me a simple to-do list app in HTML? If you're feeling adventurous, it's a cool way to see AI build something real. And that's the basics of AI. It's just computers acting smart by learning from data. And with things like LLMs helping them chat like humans, it's in your apps, your phone, your life. And it's only going to get bigger. It's not like stocks where it goes up and down, up and down. Like AI is only going up. So it's like a new toy. Play with it, but keep an eye on it. What do you think? Have you used AI before? And is this all new? Drop a comment below with your thoughts or any cool AI tricks you've tried. If you want me to dive deeper into stuff like this or how AI writes code or handles privacy, just let me know. I will be reading comments. I make a video on it, and hit the like button if this helped. Subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay curious, y'all.